Hi guys. Okay. So I've come up with a little extra credit assignment because I needed to get this assignment done for my grad class that I'm taking to get my master's degree. So with that, it's just going to be this idea of using mentor text to create a writing assignment. Now, most of the time that this is used when I talk about this in my class, a lot of this is used for English classes, but I'm clearly not an English teacher. So we're gonna go out on a limb here and apply this to biographies within science about scientists and see if you can write your own biography as well as to what the impact you want to make. So what exactly are mentor texts? Well, mentor texts, essentially what they are is they're any type of literary work, which can include, essays, biographies, nonfiction writing, anything along those lines. And essentially what they do is we're looking at these to dissect them. So we're dissecting them to look at what the writer's motives are and what their conventions and features that they use to convey their message or whatever they're trying to get across. Whether that be, just telling a story or making a point or whatever the case may be. And then we take that information that we've dissected, okay? We've taken this information we've dissected and we emulate it into our own writing work. And we kind of use some of those conventions that the features that that the author uses and, put that into our own writing, okay? So that's essentially what a mentor text and what we use mentor text for, okay? So one of the mentor texts that I've chosen for you guys, and this is just going to be kind of an idea, is Women in Science. And the idea here is it's 50 women that have made an impact in the science field. Now, am I going to make you read all 50 women? No, because not all of them apply to this class of anatomy and physiology, okay? They're not all doctors. So we're just going to look at some specific women, but the idea here is that this is written by a specific illustrator and writer, Rachel Ignostofi, okay? Oskowski. And she's a New York Times bestseller. She's written a lot of different works for education specifically. She writes, women in sports. She's written Planet Earth, a lot of other books. But most of what she's focused on is getting STEM and women inspirationals. So trying to inspire women to do something that, is typically not a woman-based field. And if you remember, a lot of the scientists that we would talk about in any science class in general, we mostly talk about men. There aren't a whole lot of women that we talk about. And so because of that, she's trying to put a highlight on the other women that are getting, not noticed in our textbooks. So what are some features that she uses in her writing? Well, the biggest one is that she wants to inspire women in general, but especially women to pursue STEM careers. Because the idea behind this is that it's not too hard. I mean, there are a lot of more women than there used to be in STEM careers, but we're still, not as many men as there are women. And so the idea here is that she's trying to inspire women to pursue something that, is typically not a women-based field. All of her information is going to be based in facts. She's writing biographies, essentially, or any type of scientific pieces. She wants to develop, especially in this work, a real and relatable person. She wants you to think that this person is not really that hard to achieve. She did a couple of great things, but at the end of the day, she was just an ordinary person that was able to pursue this incredible career. We want to make sure that our style and tone, she allows for a lot of inspiration. And she wants to make sure that she tells the story of the person with respect to other people that she may have collaborated with and events that may have occurred in their life. To make sure that the historical perspective of everything is according to what it should be. Okay, so those are some of the writing features that, I at least found and what I see and what she, uses within her writing. So when I went through the specific scientists that you guys will read, I came up with some topics that I feel were what made me want to write. Okay, and if there's something different, please let me know. But one of the things that I noticed is that every single time she talked about, there was some type of goal that these women were working towards. There was something that they were inspired to study. And so that's kind of what, with me, what do I want to accomplish? What is something that inspires me? And at the end of the day, who do I want to inspire with my work? What do I want to do? And, because I just had a daughter, I also thought, well, what do I want my daughter to think of science? Because that's what this book is generated for. What do I want my daughter, a woman that could possibly be in science, to think about science? So what I did is I'm going to go through the topic in a little bit here. But what I did is I went through and I did your topic. So I wrote down essentially a biography of myself in 10 years. and what I wanted to, go ahead and do in that lifetime. And this is kind of what I came up with. I will post this online as well. I kind of talked a little bit about my background beforehand, so you're more than welcome to do the same. But, what do I want to do? I want to be able to inspire students within my classroom by doing flipped classrooms like we're doing right now, recording videos, having my own YouTube channel, getting things to do different type of student engagement. There's a lot of things that I want to do. I also want to make sure that, I want to help out students as well. Not just let them go unnoticed. If you're having an issue, I want you to feel like you can come and talk to me. So it's something that I have a goal for myself. I want to be, noticed for my work, obviously. And so that was kind of what I talked about there. And then I want to also make successful scientists. I want people that, come into my classroom, maybe hating science, come out liking it, and maybe pursuing it as a career, all because of having me as their teacher. So those are some of the things that I included within my mentor text, and something maybe you could start thinking about as well. So for this one, this is just a little bit of what we looked at here. You're going to read about some specifically doctor or medical field related women in science. And then you're also going to read the ending of the book. And the idea here is I kind of went off of what my topics that I found from this and had you guys fill out the same. If you find something else, please feel free to put it in. Okay. In addition, I want you to, so you're going to go through and read these. You're going to fill out the mentor text charts, and then you're going to write a response similar to what I wrote here to the prompt that I give you guys within your assignment. And this will all be posted on Canvas, okay? So some writing features that you should consider when you're writing this, you should definitely make sure that your info is based in facts or theoretical facts if you want to, talk about in the future. But the idea is we want to keep that idea going. You want to make sure that you respect any other people that may come into your life and their, and any other events that may occur. If you want to talk about the pandemic and you're within your thing, that within this as to how that inspired you to, completely change your career, go for it. That's something that you can do. You also want to make sure that you make yourself relatable, okay? And that you're, a real and relatable person, and that someone can easily become that person as well for you, okay? Make sure that you use good conventions within this writing this piece, okay? So you should use proper use of commas, proper use of semicolons and colons. Those are obviously the big ones that I'm sticky about. In addition, if you use any type of scientific term, make sure that you have this related to your field. Make sure it's spelled correctly. I know a lot of people struggle with that, and I totally understand it, but we need to make sure that we're doing that correctly. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of idea as to what is going on here. So, okay. So these are some people that would be, important, but they're mostly men, right? So we're going to look at these. You're going to read through on a separate document, which is going to be a PowerPoint or a PDF that I'm going to give for you that has all of the ones that you're going to specifically read. And then you're going to read through these 2 pages and then read the final 2 pages for conclusion of the book. That's also going to be included as well. Then you're going to write a 5-paragraph essay, okay? Kind of thinking yourself in 10 years, and you've made you can come up with some type of accomplishment that you want to accomplish, and you've done it, okay? You're going to want to write a biography about yourself in 10 years. So what are your goals, and who do you want to inspire? Again, the whole point of what she's writing is for inspiration of women to pursue careers in science, okay? That's what this whole book is about. So the idea is that you're going to try to almost do the same within your own biography. Okay, this should be at least 5 paragraphs in length. And again, if you do this, you'll get an additional 30 points extra credit, which could be, it's not, for this class, it would be essentially a little bit more than a quiz grade. Okay, so if you didn't do well on a quiz, don't really like your grade, or you missed a quiz and you totally forgot to do it, this would be a situation where you can essentially make up those points. Okay, so a little motivation for you to get this done. This will be due on Tuesday of next week. So make sure that you guys have it done by then and turned in. I will have a place for you to turn it in on Canvas.